Hey guys, I wanted to tell you all some things that I've learned since being in a wheelchair because I've been in a wheelchair. Like, I got diagnosed with MS in 2001, but I didn't start using a wheelchair until about 2012 when I broke my hip and stuff. But there's some things that I've learned since being in a wheelchair that I thought would be useful to share. Okay, first thing, being in a wheelchair is not as bad as you expect it to be, or as I expected it to be. I really resisted getting in a wheelchair. I tried to do physical therapy as long as possible, like to keep walking. I would spend hours. And then I feared open rooms. You guys have heard all this stuff before, but being in a wheelchair actually frees me up. It allows me to cross open rooms without fearing. It allows me to go for literally miles. I can go across town and come back. And I'm not even all that tired. Like, I'm tired of sitting. My butt will be really sore, but it's not the end of the world. So if you just got in a wheelchair and you're trying to figure out some things that then just don't fear that it's going to be as bad as you expect it to be. It's not actually bad at all. Like, I really think that my wheelchair frees me in a lot of ways from other constraints that people don't have. Okay, another thing that I've learned is that you can't rely on your body, okay? A lot of women in particular, we get really hung up on our bodies, on our physical appearance. I know guys out there do it too. People in general just care a lot about your body, your physical appearance. We count on it. And one thing I've learned since being in a chair is that your body can fail you. Like, and I'm not saying that it's things about your body. You cannot base your existence on the fact that you have a body. I mean, yes, you do need it to base your existence on, but you get what I'm saying. Like, your life has to be about more than the external stuff, than the skin, than your body, than the way you look, the way you how tall you are, how pretty you are, how handsome you are. None of that stuff ultimately casts very much like impact on the world unless you use whatever you've got to your advantage. Like, and I've also learned since being in a chair that confidence is totally the sexiest thing I have. The sexiest thing anyone has, the most attractive quality anyone possesses is, or maybe not, I don't know, confidence is just really attractive. Confidence is great. That's what you can base your self-esteem on. That's what you can base, like, I mean, it's okay to be humble about it, to recognize that you are not like the ultimate. I mean, there's bad things about your life, there's good things about your life. It's up to you what you do with it, okay? But sometimes, like, all you can do is just have confidence in who you are, in the person you're becoming, the person that you are striving for, what you're trying to represent to the world. I feel like having a purpose outside of myself, having a purpose much bigger than myself, which for me, like, I dance around town in my wheelchair. I make people smile. Find stuff on the road, make it into art, put it back on the road, do stuff. Basically, almost everything I do is focused on making people smile, on brightening up somebody's day, because I recognize that I'm not going to be here forever. And the things like making YouTube videos, I can leave an impact even after I'm gone that hopefully someone will benefit from, and like, sometimes, I'm not saying that I can always, sometimes I get really down and out, just like everybody else. Everybody gets down and out sometimes, and that's okay. And that's another thing I've learned sorry, hold on, I gotta rub some lotion on my wrinkly face. But that's another thing I've learned since being in a wheelchair is that like everybody can impact our society in a positive way. Every single person out there, and I really truly believe that no matter where you are, no matter what your position, even if you're stuck in a hospital bed, you can still impact your surroundings. You can still like leave people with a smile by doing simple things like okay, another thing though that I've learned since being in wheelchairs, sometimes simple things aren't necessarily simple things. Okay, like it takes me forever. It literally sometimes takes me 3-4 hours to take a pee. Okay, like peeing should be something that's really easy, right? Most people just feel the need and then they go sit on the toilet and like it's easy. Okay, but it's not that easy when you use a catheter, when you wear diapers and you have to clean yourself. They have to clean, catheters sometimes. That I need to make a separate video about the struggles and the joys of using catheter, because I really feel there's both, like, but sometimes it takes forever, and it really, you learn that simple tasks aren't necessarily all that simple. Like, it's hard for me to make the bed. It's hard for me to do things that other people might find really easy. And I think that that's a good lesson for me to learn, because same thing applies when I'm out and about. Oh, it was so cool. Like, I dropped my steering wheel and it rolled around it, and it rolled off the sidewalk and onto the actual road, and it was kind of propped up against the curb. But I was like, how on earth am I going to get this? I was thinking about using my magic wand and trying to hook it and pull it up and all that stuff. But almost immediately after it dropped and I watched it roll around, I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do? Then almost immediately someone pulled over. Guy got out of his truck, ran over, picked up the thing, said, I saw you looking at it, and just give it back to me, and then hopped in his truck and rode off. Like, sometimes I need help, but sometimes even picking something up off the ground can be a challenge, can be really impossible. If my legs are spasming, I can't do it. I am just, if my legs are spasming, if one of my legs even is spasming, and I drop something on the ground, I'm just waiting. Now, sometimes when I'm in the store or whatever, if I see something on a high shelf, then like I summon it to me, go, ooh, and just like, try to summon, come here, food, come, and you pretend you're pulling it or whatever. And then typically what happens, hey, this is a tip for y'all, you guys in a wheelchair. What happens typically is it magically appears right in my hands or right in my basket or whatever. Like, of course, help. People usually magically bring it to me, but the point is, it's true. Like, I do my powers, wave my arms around, make it just pretend like I'm pulling it until someone recognizes that what is she doing, and then, oh, she's trying to get that and pretend, and then they get it for me, and it's awesome. And then I say, oh, I'm so, like, telekinesis is real. That's what I'm saying. That's what I say to the people, and then I tell them thank you and all this stuff. But it's fun. And like, another thing I've learned since using a wheelchair is that sometimes you need help, and it's okay to ask for it. It's okay to accept it. It's great to accept it. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you just have to suck up your pride. That's another thing I've learned since being in a wheelchair. Sometimes you have to suck up your pride, because there are a lot of embarrassing things just that happen when you have a disability. Okay, there's like depending on your disability, people have bowel issues, people have bladder issues, people have like there's so many frustrations, there's so much um, difficult things that can make asking for help seem like why this should not be that hard. I should be able to get my sheet on my bed where it's not going to pop off the corner every single time. That is frustrating, that is annoying, but it's just a reality that is very difficult for me to reach and tuck it under there. And I have to just suck up my pride and recognize that it's okay to ask for people for help. I have a PCA starting who we just clicked right off the bat. She's going to be starting probably Monday. And I'm so excited. But yeah, like I told her on the phone, I was like, yeah, my laundry's in the dryer. I got to go get it out. And she's like, oh, me and my husband will stop right by. We'll get it out for you. And, you know, instead of resisting, instead of telling her, it's okay, I got it. I think I did say that I can get it. But she was like, no, I'm coming right now. We'll be there in like 5 minutes. And she just came over and she did it. And like, it is sometimes difficult to accept help. But it is very necessary, whether you use a wheelchair or not. Sometimes you have to suck up your pride and realize that people enjoy helping. There are people out there who really need to help someone else. They need to, I don't know, like sometimes it just happens. Like that guy that saw me with his steering wheel and stuff on the street, like, I mean, he pulled over so quickly that it was like, I mean, it was pretty much after I dropped the thing, and then he's already pulling over. I'm like, wow, that was fast. But maybe he needed to help. Maybe I don't know. You don't know these things, but you've got to allow people to do it. You got to, of course, appreciate when people do help you. Don't be pushy if you're trying to help someone in a wheelchair. If they don't want help, then move on. You know, there's some things that people want to help me with that I'm like, no, really, I don't need help with that. If you want to come clean my house, yeah, I need help with that. If I'm struggling to reach something up on a high shelf, yeah, but I don't need help with everything, and I don't want help with anything, or with everything. I don't want help with everything. I am very independent. I live by myself primarily, and I like it like that. I am glad that I am able to do that. So right now, my disease is progressive. There might come a day when I have to have a living caregiver, and hopefully it'll be someone fun, you know, but that day isn't yet, and I want to be as independent as possible. And so but that is totally doable in a wheelchair. Whether you have a manual chair, whether you have a power chair, you can be as independent as you possibly can. I know that there are so many disabilities out there. There are so many people struggling with so many different issues, and you might need a caregiver, okay? And that is a hard challenge. It's hard on the caregiver. It's also hard on the caregivee. Like, nobody wants to have someone like wipe their butt for the rest of their life, but the reality is some of us need someone to do that, and that's okay if it's you. And I hope that wheelchairs don't scare you. I really hope that, because the thought of being in a wheelchair really used to scare me. I really didn't want it, and I pushed really hard to avoid it, and I think my life is like probably about 10 times better since getting a wheelchair than it was when I struggled to walk. And so if you are just using a wheelchair, what are some of the things you've learned? If you've been in a wheelchair for a really long time, what are some of the things you've learned whether about wheelchairs or life in general. I mean, some of the stuff I've learned, I think applies to life in general as much as it applies to people with disabilities. And so please tell me in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And I will see you later.